everybody, welcome back to That Fiction Life. Today we have another episode of the Let's Talk About series where I pick a franchise and answer questions about it. And it always goes along with some kind of story or an unboxing. Today we have an unboxing. And the franchise that we're covering is Harry Potter. So we've done Buffy, we've done Twilight. It's time for my next obsession. As always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you would like to join our very fandom-centric ranks. And without further ado, let's begin the video. The first thing that I saw when I opened this package was this Hogwarts crest poster, and I had no idea what was in this box because it was covered in a load of bubble wrap. And then I see this envelope, Wizarding World figurine collection, and you can already guess what we're unboxing. Today, we are unboxing the first figurine in the new Harry Potter figurine collection. You all know my feelings about Dumbledore. It's actually one of the questions in the Q&A later on. When I first saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to go into one of my rants in this video. The first figure is Dumbledore. So while I unbox this, maybe I should answer the question about why I don't like Dumbledore. You know when people ask me why I bought myself a Jon Snow sword? This is the answer. It's for all the unboxings. Oh, that's fun. So my distrust of Dumbledore began in the third book. And if we look at the film specifically, I loved Richard Harris's portrayal so much. And as we went through the books, I realised how morally ambiguous he actually is, and I low-key think he should have been in Slytherin. Me and Vic James, when we filmed our video together about Harry Potter, we actually had a whole segment where we discussed how Dumbledore should have been in Slytherin, because he's kind of bringing up Harry up for slaughter. He's just saying, oh, you know, you're destined to kill this wizard, so off you go. And here's the thing, I do think he's a really interesting character, but I really don't agree with anything that he did. And if you look at the Fantastic Beasts films, he's doing the same thing with Newt. He's kind of sending him off into danger while he just hangs out in Hogwarts in his three-piece suit. So this is what you get when you open the box. In the back, we'll look at the things first. So in this collection, these are the characters. I'm excited to actually read this. You get the module, hello, character moments, key scene, and what they do in Wizarding World. So it's kind of like an extended version of the Chocolate Frog cards. So the Professor Dumbledore that we do see here is the one from Prisoner of Azkaban, which is where my hatred began, so that's a fun coincidence. And we have the special scene. Character moments, they mention how Dumbledore inspires Harry and Hermione to travel back in time. Inspires is a strong word. Okay, he's pretty trapped in here. Okay, so 50 years later, I have managed to unpack Professor Dumbledore from his prison. I purposefully didn't look closely at this when I saw it in the box because I actually wanted to give you my full thoughts. So each of these characters are meant to be shown in a classic pose. And of course, this is when Professor Dumbledore is addressing all the students in the Great Hall. And this is hand-painted, so if you've seen my little Game of Thrones figurines, which are much smaller, they're about this big. I have a Jon Snow, Robb Stark, and a Daenerys one, because they're my favourite characters, so those are the ones I bought. And this is a slightly bigger version of that. It is quite heavy. Oh, you are kidding me. They even have the little dragons right at the bottom of the stand. This is an official licensed product. You have the velvet bottom. I love this owl stand here. It looks so majestic and so detailed. Even the little candles have the wax kind of coming off of them right at the bottom. Oh, you are kidding me. There is even the little bit of paper that you would write your little speech on to have on the stand. That is a cute detail. Oh, I like that. Even goes really well with my little shrine. Let's call it a shrine with dragons and everything Slytherin. So I guess he doesn't really fit in there. I guess the Dementor would look the best over there. But this is so pretty. I'm really impressed and I really want to collect the rest of them now. I especially want the Occamy one. I will link the website below where you can get it if you're interested in checking out the figurine. He kind of looks angry and half asleep, which is really making me laugh. So now let's move on to the questions. Is your favourite movie the same as your favourite book? No, it is not. My favourite book is HalfBlood Prince. Hello. And my least favourite film is HalfBlood Prince. Out of all of the 8 movies that we got from this franchise, I was so let down by HalfBlood Prince because that book was perfection. We got so much Draco. But we also focus a lot on the school lessons. There was such a big focus on potions lessons, and in the movie they changed stuff. There was no final fight in the end. The biggest punch of that book was the fact that we got a big fight of everyone trying to protect the castle from the Death Eaters, and then we had Dumbledore's death. And in the movie we just got him falling out of the astronomy tower and the Death Eaters went, okay, bye, see you later. Bellatrix burning down the Weasley's house and then it coming back the next scene as if nothing happened. The next question is more of a statement, but diversity within the book series was a bit crap, wasn't it? That is something that I don't think anyone can deny about the series. I think it was a great call from the producers to introduce way more diversity in the actual play. But imagine if they had done that from the beginning in the casting. If you could rewrite the series, what would you improve or expand upon? I mean, that really does link to diversity, and I would definitely want more explicit diversity. In terms of making the films, I would really want Creature to have his redemption arc like in the books. That was something that wasn't touched on in the Deathly Hallows movie and it really annoyed me. I would change a lot more in the films than I would in the books because the stories in the books are so incredible. The way they're written, the way you get immersed in the world. There are a lot of questions about Cursed Child. They're all in different variations, but they're all asking whether Cursed Child is canon or not. Now, I think that the Cursed Child plot is the most ridiculous thing that ever could have happened. Why the going back in time thing, the whole Cedric thing was so unnecessary. And it really did feel like fanfiction. If I had read the play by itself, I know that I would have hated every minute of it, like most people did. But I saw the play first, and I loved it as a theatre production. It was immaculate. The acting was incredible. The only thing is literally the plot. I do not understand. Couldn't they have come up with an actual plot that had nothing to do with past Hogwarts? I admit, I really did like the Dark Hogwarts segment, but they could have come up with absolutely any other story to tell about the kids of our main protagonists from the original series. I love Albus and Scorpius. I love how Draco and Harry are friends now. I liked having to explore Harry and Albus's relationship. Voldemort's child? I mean, I'm gonna stop talking now. But if you think about it, it mostly didn't happen because we tried to go back in time. We had to relive the death of Harry's parents, which I was actually traumatized by, and I was sobbing in that theatre. But it didn't really change things, you know, the same people are together. We knew who the kids of our original characters were anyway. Say Hermione didn't marry Ron, who would you like to see her with instead? Not Harry. I know that is a big ship in the whole Harry Potter universe, but no. If I had to pick anyone, I'm gonna say Draco because I know that is an actual ship. What's your opinion about Severus Snape? I really love Snape. I know people hate him and thinks he's a horrible character, and I'm not actually denying those things because I think Alan Rickman, love him, he really brought this nicer vibe to Snape. He was this kind of a little bit of an anti-hero. Yes, he did bad things in the films as well, but in the books especially, he was absolutely horrid. And I'm not denying that. However, he is such a cleverly crafted character. And the fact that he does have this redemption arc in the final book, it doesn't excuse what he did previously, but it's this kind of one step forward to doing the right thing. What character would you want most to have a prequel or a short story or a novella? Okay, see, this video has a theme. I really want Draco to have his own book. So my obvious subjectivity aside, wouldn't that be the most interesting book ever? Purely because we do meet Scorpius, of course, at Hogwarts in Cursed Child, but imagine all those years beforehand because his wife was suffering from a blood curse. he had a really horrible life if you think about it. And I think he would be a very interesting character to read from the point of view of. Definitely gonna say that. The other would be Grindelwald, but we are now getting that story. I really hope the rest of the movies give the original story we heard about him justice, because he's so interesting, way more interesting than I think Voldemort ever was. And I want to know more about his and Dumbledore's relationship, and especially his time at Durmstrang, because as we all know, I'm so obsessed with that school and I wish we found out more about it, which I'm still hopeful for in the Fantastic Beasts movies. Okay, what's your reaction to the Pottermore news? The whole plumbing thing. Why was that a thing that they felt we needed to know? If you could choose only one spell that would work in life, which would it be? It's not a spell per se, but I would love to be a Legilimens. Accio would be very useful, although I still believe that should be pronounced Accio, but never mind. Which tale from Beedle the Bard is your favourite? It has to be the Tale of the Three Brothers. I love the Hallows. What subject would be your favourite if you were a student? Okay, so I think I would love Care for Magical Creatures purely because of my obsession with animals, but also Defense Against the Dark Arts. If Lupin was teaching class, most definitely. But then I would also love potions, because potions are one of my favourite things about the Harry Potter world. The way they're always brewing something, and I used to love chemistry at school. What was your favourite part of the studio tour? If you didn't know, I went to the Warner Brothers studio tour for the first time back in November. I uploaded a whole massive vlog of me experiencing it for the first time, trying butterbeer, seeing all the sets, getting very emotional at the Potter House. And my favourite part was walking into the Great Hall for the very first time and seeing it with the Christmas decorations, because it was such a surreal moment. It was kind of my first step into Hogwarts. Also the Potter House as well, because I truly got the feels. Also the castle, oh my god, I'm just about to list everything that I did. The castle really was a special moment though, because the music that they were playing and seeing the snow over the grounds. Also Diagon Alley was incredible. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. If you'd like to see me walk around and diet everything, I will link the vlog down below. After saying all male characters are your husband, who actually is your biggest Harry Potter crush? Way to shade me and expose me. But again, that was the theme of my vlog of the tour too, because every costume or anything to do with my favourite characters, I would go, hello, here's one of my men. Okay, so I do love Draco the most, I think. Also Ron, I absolutely adore Ron. His comedic relief in every scene is incredibly well placed. And also Rupert Grint. But also Sirius. Oh, do you know what? This is a problem, this question. Okay, let's just do top 3 men, and that's Sirius, Ron and Draco. Thank you for listening. If you could bring back any of the characters, who would it be? Without a doubt, Sirius Black. If you just think about his life, being in Azkaban all this time while being innocent, and then getting the chance to get out and lead a normal life, only to have that taken away. I was absolutely traumatized when I first read that, because I had so much hope of Harry getting to live a normal life with his godfather. What is your opinion on Crimes of Grindelwald? So here's the thing, when I was watching the movie, I was loving the scenes and the direction that the plot was heading. However, at the same time, I was also stressing at how nothing really happened in the film. And although I had a very enthusiastic reaction to most of the things, especially seeing Hogwarts, some of the comedic scenes were absolutely hilarious, the plot twists are great, and that's what I did my video review on. If you haven't seen that, I will link that down below. It's mostly a fresh reaction to the story rather than filmmaking, because then I went on to write an article on my blog about what actually went wrong with the film, because it was not a perfect film. I gave it 3.5 stars or 3 stars out of 5, and I think it could have been a lot better if it had been a book, because it felt very overly edited. A lot of scenes felt incomplete. So I'll link both of those things down below if you would like to see them and have a read or watch the video. Okay, next we have a fun question, which is a kiss, marry, avoid. 3 options are Peter Pettigrew, Lord Voldemort and Grindelwald. What sort of fresh hell is this? So my friend Zoe from No Safe Place is going to laugh her head off, because when we did this challenge a few years ago on my channel, she kissed Voldemort out of all the other options we had, and I think I'm going to have to do that as well. I have to kill Peter Pettigrew because that betrayal was absolutely horrendous. It was the biggest plot twist for me in that series. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna kiss Voldemort. But can I kiss Tom Riddle from the Chamber of Secrets movie? Because I could be down with that. And then I guess I'll marry Grindelwald. And I mean, I am Slytherin, so I guess having a morally messed up husband, I guess it makes sense. That was a fun question to end on. So those are all the questions I'm going to answer. Thank you so much for everyone that sent questions in. I love doing these segments because it's so much fun answering questions that you guys come up with, because they're so much more different than just doing a tag on a particular show or book series. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can do so right here, and then my last video is just below that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye!